Nitro.
And you're in the mix with DJ Nitro. DJ Nitro, you're the freaking best.
I'm on these niggas' ass.
Ooh, Maury Corey.
Yeah. I did this shit effortlessly, that's a heat check. Put the heat to a nigga face and watch him keep sweat. Last nigga caught talking down, got his tea wet. I'm a carnivore on these whores, I'm a T-Rex. Let a bitch know, oh no, we just friends only. You can put me blowing out your back on your fans only. Put up 2 foes in this bitch, R.I.P. Kobe. I done put all these niggas on, I'm a big boy. I feel like Ric Flair. Put them pills on the roll, yeah, that's Ric Flair. I feel like Ric Flair. I might pull another bitch with my bitch there. I feel like Ric Flair. Put them pills on the roll, yeah, that's Ric Flair. I feel like Ric Flair. I might pull another bitch with my bitch there. I can't boss, you can't bum, it's a slight difference. You tried to cuff the little bitch, but she like tricking. That's a fake piece you got on, it is not hitting. All I want is meals in this house like I'm Bart Simpson. That's a bar too if you didn't get it. I've been switching fit, switching gear like a transmission. You are not the killer around this bitch, you the lead witness. Maury CEO around this bitch, I mean big business. I feel like Ric Flair. Put them pills on the roll, yeah, that's Ric Flair. I feel like Ric Flair. I might pull another bitch with my bitch there.
That's right. Oh, this, yeah. Oh, this. That's right. DJ Nitro. Yeah. On his face.
DJ Nitro, you're the freaking best.
You wanna trap?
I'm just a young spicy nigga trying to give it to you. Love it grease, so I'ma keep it in the skillet with you. Got me feeling like an outcast, bounce that. I like the way you move, I'm trying to do it over here with you. Damn, I didn't think she really was a stripper, but that means she acrobatic, so it's logical. I flip her, ass skipper. All that nigga do is hit it quitters, but I'ma take my time, cause I don't even have a filter with the kicker. I'm the type of nigga that you find that really gay shit, but doesn't even share a lie. I still be quick to hit and just won't call you for some time, but wish you happy birthday, take you out on Valentine's. See my mindset needs some progress, but I be really loving the thighs wet. Let me eat it like a full course meal, cause I just wanna feel, but I don't wanna feel. Here's the deal, see, I don't want you to feel so tight of way. Ow, just hear me out. Say I just want you to bring that ass my way. Ow, just hear me out. Say we can drink, I'll roll, we can skate, grind slow. It don't matter, cause what matters is I'm still gone, baby. I don't want you to feel some type of way. Ow, just hear me out. I know you see me, see you. You seen that look inside your eyes. I only want to freak you. The freak you ease the mind inside. I don't want any trouble. It troubles me to see you try. I put that grease up on you. I put that grease up on you. I know you see me, see you. You seen that look inside your eyes. I only want to freak you. The freak you ease the mind inside. I don't want any trouble. It troubles me to see you try. I put that grease up on you. I put that grease up on you. I don't want you to feel so tight of way. Ow, just hear me out. Say I just want you to bring that ass my way. Ow, just hear me out. Say we can drink, I'll roll, we can skate, grind slow. It don't matter, cause what matters is I'm still gone, baby. I don't want you to feel some type of way. Ow, just hear me out. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna feel, darling. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna feel, darling. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna feel, darling. I don't wanna feel, I just wanna feel, darling. Motherfucking beat sound like I'm.
Yeah. Just sit down and meditate on these niggas real quick. Virtual.
Toby area. Out
shit, I'm a brother in, doing 15 that way. Yeah, I'm hotter than tea kettles and ashtrays. Hotter than a demon's breath or a phoenix flame. It felt like a text break, you never be the same. Your family gonna be saying, child, I'll be the same. I smoke scoop as rain falls on the window pane. I often wonder if they feel my pain. Little nigga, we are not the same. Dark thoughts often crowd my brain. A lot of times make me feel insane. It's just a real got me feel the drain. They gonna feel like they really slaves. Cops kill us, they still get a wage. They stuck in these wicked ways. Get fucked if you fuck with me, getting paid. It sucks, but that's life these days. Disgust like around my way. I'm a $150, yo face with the dough, get cut like a rough DJ. I'm back on my bullshit like I'm laying on a farm.
Tell them what?
Don't never pull that shit if you mean no harm. I'm all about the chicken and my cheese, no parm. Fuck with me, get a broken arm. I'm back on my bullshit like I'm laying on a farm. Don't never pull that shit if you mean no harm.
Y'all hear me? Don't never pull that shit if you mean no harm.
Fuck with me, get a broken arm. Flexing we see no facade, bitch.
Yeah. Thank y'all. Can I get some noise out here? Thank y'all. Tell y'all if y'all want a feature, I need $100,000 for my energy. Thank my nigga Black Duck for that. Next up to the stage. My bad, I got too caught up in energy. Next up, Young Villain, man. Make some noise for my man. He's about to kill it for y'all.
Private jet with pilot and the king. I'm the villain, so you know I do my thing. DJ Nitro always turning up with me. And Swisher Boy, man, he always stays with Tree. Light it up. She not religious, but that bitch be rocking Christians. I never wife her unless she cook and do the dishes. Breaking down the bag and she roll some swishes. I only want that pussy if that bitch delivers. She not religious, but that bitch be rocking Christians. I never wife her unless she cook and do the dishes. Breaking down the bag and she roll some swishes. I only want that pussy if that bitch delivers. When she give good brain, then that's education. When that pussy on my tongue, then that's conversation. And when she say she wet, then that's condensation. And if she say she pregnant, then that's allegations. So I keep it moving like I'm supposed to. Yo, I need a bad bitch to roll through. I be making stoner music you can roll to. She a freak, she super nasty, throw the whole crew. I need a girl that likes taking all the D. Never in my pocket, she ain't taking shit from me. From the murder mitten, I was born to be a G. If she stays on her knees, she belongs to the streets. She not religious, but that bitch be rocking Christians. I never wife her unless she cook and do the dishes. Breaking down the bag and she roll some swishes. I only want that pussy if that bitch delivers. She not religious, but that bitch be rocking Christians. I never wife her unless she cook and do the dishes. Breaking down the bag and she roll some swishes. I only want that pussy if that bitch delivers.
Yeah. Yeah. I just made that boy like 3 days ago, so. Hey. Let's get into it. Yeah, everybody clap.
Bounce it, bring it up.
Do it again. I do not judge you, I know what you doing and why you be doing it. Market yourself while ignoring these haters that's off on that stupid shit. True to yourself, you just after the bag while your parents disapprove of it. Forgive them, my baby, they love you and just don't see entrepreneurship. 100K followers on Instagram after 6 months of modeling. I follow myself and to keep it 100, your body astonishing. Thousands of people be loving your pics while you hitting them angles. You earn it and got it and work hard to keep it, and shorty is straight. She's my favorite dancer. She's my favorite dancer. What? She's my favorite dancer. What? In the club going mad. She's my favorite dancer. She's my favorite dancer. What? She's my favorite dancer. I'm just throwing off this cash. do it again. How can I star you in my music video? Who do I contact? I'll pay what you make on the night you be working. I write up the contract. Maybe that's something we both can discuss when I finish this track. Or maybe that's something we both can discuss when I'm throwing off stacks. Private booth, throwing ass in 6-inch heels. Slim in the waist, pretty in the face, smelling hella good, everything's real. When this song come on, she slow grinding, then drop it down low, then pick it right back up on beat with it, little baby, it's a pro. She's my favorite dancer. What? She's my favorite dancer. What? She's my favorite dancer. What? In the club, throwing ass. What she doing? My favorite dancer. Yeah. She's my favorite dancer. Yeah. She's my favorite dancer. I'm just throwing off this cash.
Yeah.
Bounce it. Bring it up.
People be wasting your time, thinking they helping you out. They don't be easing your mind, they stressing you out. You educated and fine, while other hoes chasing the clout. You stay in the house, studying, building your dreams, seeing the end to your means. I pray that it will, although I could never be you. I promise I know how it feels, being yourself, judged and labeled as this, all because you doing that, thinking it fits the kind of woman you are. But you ain't falling for the trap, and that's what I love. Aside from being too thick, seeing that ass from the front, I pull up when you go on stage and make it rain a bunch of ones. Cause you my favorite dancer. She's my favorite dancer. What? She's my favorite dancer. Who she is? In the club throwing ass. That's my favorite dancer. Whoa. She's my favorite dancer. Whoa. She's my favorite dancer. What she doing? I'm just throwing off this cash.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the pilot.
Shorty say she love me cause I'm gangsta and she gangsta too. Gotta keep a big 40 on me, that's how gangsta boo. She won't ever switch up on me, homie, that my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo. Shorty say she love me cause I'm gangsta and she gangsta too. Gotta keep a big 40 on me, that's how gangsta move. She won't ever switch up on me, homie, that my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo.
Fly nigga dab, keep a hater on they jizza. Bitches on my knob like it's corn on the kizza. I don't wanna hit it, baby, I just want some tizza. Got her dressed in Gucci, now we looking like Roto, we done been a mama couch. That you hit it on a mama couch. Classy, savage, ratchet bitch, well above the average bitch. She gon' slide with me, if it's beef, then we gon' handle it. Look like Stoney in the face, attitude on Cleo. Twin Glock, Sean and Frankie, go wherever we go. Had a nigga try me, let it off in this bitch. Just a pipe team, I'm about to set it off in this bitch. Shorty say she love me cause I'm gangsta and she gangsta too. Gotta keep a big 40 on me, that's how gangsters move. She won't never switch up on me, homie, that's my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo.
Shorty say she love me cause I'm gangsta and she gangsta too. Gotta keep a pink 40 on me, that's how gangsters move. She won't ever switch up on me, homie, that's my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo. Shorty say she love me cause I'm gangsta and she gangsta too. Gotta keep a big 40 on me, that's how gangsters move. She won't ever switch up on me, homie, that my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo. That my gangsta boo.
Dope. That was sick. That was sick, bro. Thank you. Thank you for fucking throwing down like that, dude.
Thank you for having us, bro.
The thing was, I was there, but I was not really there. And so going back and watching it again was super sweet, man.
I like the edit. That was dope.
That was a great set. It was a great set, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man. You look different since the last time we saw you. Did you get your ears lowered or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. You know, I had to try something different, you know. I had to switch up the flow, you know, do something that nobody else was doing.
Right. You know, we talked about it a little bit before the set, and I had to go back to the early 90s and reference things like Kid and Play and Third Base, for that 90s thing is coming back strong. You're the trendsetter right now.
I've been preparing myself for those likenesses, but
I'm
cool with it.
It looks good, man. It looks good on you.
But I appreciate it.
Appreciate it too, man. Hey, so listen real quick, everybody that's just joining us, what you just witnessed was a DJ Nitro set with a number of special guests, and we're going to talk about those special guests as part of the show. Just want to remind you guys, this is Grove Sessions, Ypsilanti, Michigan, coming to you out of Grove Studios, Ypsilanti, 24/7 self-service rehearsal studio and creative space for musicians, DJs, podcasters, and producers. And we're going to keep rolling with Grove Sessions as time goes on, but we've got some good stuff coming up. But today we're here with DJ Nitro, and we're really grateful that he took the time out of his busy schedule to join us for this little interview. So, man, thank you.
Yeah, man, no problem. I'm appreciative because this is one of my first few interviews. So
nice. Well, yeah. You look good on camera, man. You got this. So, you know, like we always like to start out with a few, like, you know, digging kind of questions. But first of all, who let's talk a little bit about the guys that you were performing with, because we didn't list them in the event. But let's talk about them, because that made it, you know, double dope.
All right. Well, that's a group of my closest friends. We go by Flight Team Entertainment. It is led by my good friend Dre Dav. I've known him since grade school. And it's we gonna link it up with my buddy Villain. I've also known him since grade school. My buddy King Micah the Infamous, awesome rapper. I just, you know, got to link up with him over the last couple years, but he's an awesome MC. And then we got a newcomer. His name is Brad Spliff. He's one of the younger dudes in the group, by a long shot, kind of. But he's a cool cat, and he reminds us a lot of ourselves. So we wanna you know, incorporate him and teach him the ropes, and you know,
that's super dope.
We make a good team. So.
You guys do.
And I like that. I like reaching out, you know, you guys reaching into the younger generation, trying to give them a hand. Like, that's what it's all about, you know. Yeah. And I loved, like, every single one of the MCs that stepped on the mic, man, had like a really unique flow, and they were killing it, man. You guys are a powerhouse for sure. You know, and you all got your own unique styles, you know.
Dre Dav is definitely the powerhouse. He's the, you know, the head honcho of the group. He's definitely brings a lot of ideas to the table. So it's great to work with him.
I've been seeing Dre's name, you know, on posters and shit since we were in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been killing it. He's been killing it in this scene for so long. How did you personally get involved with Flight Team over these past few years?
I guess we started taking like the Flight Team thing like seriously probably like 5 years ago, but we've kind of been talking about it since like 2012. But like I said, I've known Dre since grade school. Like, I remember riding the school bus with Dre and him freestyling to me, and me playing beats for him, or, you know, just. So it's always been like, we've always been music oriented. So it's cool.
That's dope.
To finally, incorporate.
I'm sure you guys have always been, you know, the ones cheering each other on too, and being like, "Nah, man, that shit's dope. Like, let's keep pushing," you know.
Yeah. I mean, and likewise too. Like, we can always give each other constructive criticism, you know.
Yeah, that's important to have people close to you that you can trust to say, like, look, this is dope. That's not, you know, maybe this isn't so dope over here.
This is slightly less dope than the thing that you were doing earlier. Just slightly.
For sure.
You know what's cool too is we got Flight Team on deck for next week. Is that right? Because we're gonna have you guys back, but we're gonna have the whole crew hopefully, and talk about what you guys are doing together, and that's gonna be sweet too.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, but you, like, individually, you know, how did music first come into your life? Like, how far back does the love for music go for you?
Ever since I can remember, I've been, like, you know, singing and dancing with music on the radio. Like, I guess the one thing I remember most is like riding in the car with my mom, like as like a kindergartner kind of age, and like, you know, being up too late and listening to, I don't even know what it was called, but like, you know, the club music, they'd be live in the club back in the day, and it would be like DJ
Yeah.
DJ, so
You had to
all the
listen to the
house music and the
DJ.
tech, and I would just love it, and I would like, you know, I'd feel like they were having so much fun, like I just wanted to emulate that however I could. So that's definitely probably like where my love for like DJing came about. But like I was in the school band, I played the tenor saxophone, I took bass lessons. So I've always kind of been like super engulfed with music. Like I was a part of that whole LimeWire phase. I was deep into giving my computer aids with LimeWire back in the day.
Well, I'm curious because you say, you know, like you did the whole like kind of traditional school music kind of thing, and you did this instrument kind of thing. When did that, like, for you? When did that transition into turntables or CDJs or the more electronic kind of stuff? Like, how old were you when you were like, oh, and then you got some equipment to be able to start doing that?
I was in about, I want to say I was like a sophomore when I got my first, like, and they weren't even turntables. I don't know if anybody remembers, but like Newmark in like 2005 came out with the iDJ, like the iDJ series, and you could like put two iPods like in a mixer dock and like mix songs. So that's where it started for me. Like I remember my dad bought me one of those, and I would just like practice in my room and play with that. And like I started like trying to DJ at teen nights, like because my godfather, like he's a DJ, so I would like try to piggyback off of him and follow him to gigs, or like because he used to DJ at the teen night, so I would creep up on the DJ booth like, hey man, what are you doing? Can I play? So, you know, and then it slowly transitioned to me like networking, meeting people, and I like did like little gigs here and there, like Fifth Quarter and like Studio 4 before it closed down.
Oh,
and then I like
back in the day, the OG places.
And I did a couple shows at the Blind Pig back then, but then like I had gear problems and like took a break from like, I don't know, 09 to like 2010, 2011, and that's when it really picked up. I bought a controller with like my school money when I was in college, and that's when I really picked up. And I was doing house parties with my friends at Northern Thread Entertainment, and yeah, it all picked up from there.
Yeah, you were in at that point because you started investing. None of this stuff is cheap to get involved in, right? So once you go down that track, you're either in or you're just you're not doing it. That's amazing. I love hearing those old stories. Like the origin story thing is so fascinating to me. Like, because I think this might actually be number 40, right? Like we've done this almost 40 times. Maybe this is 40. I'd have to go back and count. But like we ask a couple of the same questions every time we talk to somebody. And I just love the threads, and I love hearing the story about how people got into music in the first place, and whatever path they took, it always kind of starts like back in the day, right? Like in the living room, like with mom or grandma or whoever, or dad, doing that thing. And I just love hearing those stories, man. It's so important. And then, with kids of your own, and you're kind of passing that on. It's like this, it's just this thing that you start passing down to the generations. And I just love hearing that story, man. It's really cool.
Yeah, my kids have been playing with my gear since they could walk.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
Have you ever ran into any issues as far as letting them play with it? They ever play with it a little too hard or what?
No, I'm pretty cautious. I basically stand there, make sure they don't touch the wrong buttons or bring any juice by it or anything. But it's pretty awesome. I got a couple old videos. I gotta find them. I'll repost them on my Facebook for people. But it's fun.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of the story though, I just for a second, Max, not to cut you off, But like from a musical influence standpoint, like we all have these hazy memories of, you know, kind of like, oh yeah, I remember hearing that, you know, when I was a kid, you know, real young. But when was it when you first like latched on to like a particular artist where you were like, oh, that's the kind of shit I'm going for or whatever? Like, were there specific artists that you found early on that you were like, I want to be like that eventually?
It would probably be like DJ AM, DJ Jazzy Jeff, like A-Track. Those are like probably like my top 3 favorite DJs. I mean, there's, you know, I could name tons of them now, but you know, early on, those were definitely like my top 3.
Nice.
What are your like what was the music that really like what were the artists you know that really made you fall in love with music? Like what were some of your favorite, you know, first favorite, you know, rappers or, you know, music artists?
I guess I went through a huge rock phase in middle school. And through that, you know, Blink-182 is definitely one of my favorite musical influences. I'm not gonna lie, I went through a Juggalo phase where
newsflash.
Clown Posse.
I think we all went through that phase, dude. And I'm older. I'm a lot older, and I went through that phase. You know what I'm saying?
But like, and it's not even like it wasn't so much for the violence. I mean, it was a good outlet for anger and that kind of stuff that you go through when you're a teenager. But like, it was so on for me that like these guys like didn't have any market push and like, you know, still have this huge cult following almost.
Yeah.
Like,
they kind of remind me of like
so many people.
They kind of reminded, like, I think because like my uncle was a big like rock and metal fan, and I kind of grew up around a little of that. And you know, he was into like ZZ Top and like Kiss and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they, when they came out, they kind of reminded me of they had you know, with the makeup and all that stuff, like they kind of reminded me of Kiss, and they had this edgy sort of like grungy punk, you know, thing going on. And I don't know, man. I just have this memory of being, I don't know, I was pretty young, and I remember that coming, like their first album coming out, and I don't even remember the name of the song because I haven't listened to those dudes in years. But like the first line of the song was like, "Oh, you never guess what's up. My mocking head blew up," and the whole song is about like his head blowing up, and he was like walking around the city trying to find like the parts to his head. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? What was that? No. This is the craziest.
I don't remember the name of the song, but
it's the craziest song. Yeah, dude. Those guys.
I don't know. Like, you know, the storytelling was interesting, and it was, I don't know, it was just something for my little teenage mind to do. But it was cool, and it was definitely like, it was interesting for me, like I said, because they, you know, were so underground and had such a huge following. That was kind of like something I wanted to emulate, because I guess I don't want to say I don't want to be famous, because I guess it wouldn't hurt, but I'm more, you know, just out to, you know, express myself and make a little money along the way, like, make some friends and some memories, you know.
Yeah, and that's important, man.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, being famous and being rich, even though the media makes it look like it's the end all be all and the thing that we need to survive and be happy is you know, it's not necessarily the ultimate goal. You know, and at least, and I think if you make it your ultimate goal, you'll never really truly be satisfied, you know. But yeah, where did like your music tastes go after that? Like going into high school, you know, what did you to?
Going into high school, like I got real mainstream with my music. I listened to a lot of like Dipset, like Jim Jones, Jules Santana, and it was like Lil Wayne, like 50 Cent, Eminem, you know, Ludacris, a little bit of everything, but a lot of hip hop. It's been a lot of hip hop for me, probably for the last 10 years. Yeah, I still dabble in everything else.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Like I was the same. You know, I was like into rock and just like alternative kind of stuff, you know, and then kind of made the bridge over to hip hop, you know, in like the high school days. And you know, I guess like Linkin Park and like Rage Against the Machine and stuff were kind of like my bridge, you know,
Okay.
but but yeah, man, ever since it's so weird how hip hop grabbed us youth so just tightly and we just held on, man, especially like in the culture of, you know, Ann Arbor, Ipsy, you know, and just this area. Like I remember in high school, it was just like, you know, hip hop, like everyone was hip hop heads, you know. And
Yeah.
Lil Wayne was absolutely killing it back then, and it's really cool to see him like kind of having a little comeback recently, you know, never really kind of thought Lil Wayne or Eminem, like everyone kind of counted him out, but they've been having some hits here recently, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you
It's
definitely
good.
can't count them out.
No, no, but
I
it's weird how like our tastes like evolve over time. Like what kind of hip hop do you listen to now? Like you know, compared to then? Because I know I listen to a lot of I don't listen to the same stuff that I did in high school, you know.
Um, I listen to a lot of local music because I try to stay up with everything that my friends are doing, and so that's very important to me to listen to all the local music. But
So
you know, outside of that, like I still listen. I still listen to like, you know, kind of all the people I named. Besides, like, you know, Dipset's not like popping anymore, but uh, I like I like Juice World, R.I.P. You know,
hell yeah.
I like Trippy Red. I like a lot of that alternative like rap music that's coming out now, like Lil Uzi Vert. I know it's an
Yeah, I
off
mean, all of
topic.
that stuff, it's kind of like a lot of that stuff is kind of like a mix between like hip hop production and like more that rock style vocals, like from, you know, emo from like back in the day, you know.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, it's amazing how it can be so different, but kind of be considered like the same thing, honestly. But you know, yeah, it's dope. It's so weird how hip hop is actually broken up into people rapping and then there's people singing too, you know.
a melodic
So
way.
yeah, yeah, that's but yeah, I love like I like to keep listening to the things that come out just to you know, keep my ear in the streets, you know,
Yeah,
see what's popular. And yeah, Juice World, I mean, he's even though he passed away, he's been dropping like a lot of songs recently. And
I've been listening to that album a lot lately.
yeah, man,
That
it's
new album.
incredible. Like his the production and you know, that one song, I forget what it's called, but it has like some punk-ish kind of guitar in it and it's like dancey and it's like really pop sounding. But like the first time I listened to it, I was on a run and I was like I got super hyped, dude. I was like, "Holy shit, this is amazing."
I
So
may or may not have cried the first time I
yeah.
listened to it, but I don't know. You'd have to be there.
No, I think I did too, man. It's like it's really sad, you know, obviously his story is really sad, but you know, he had some amazing influence on this world and the culture and you know, and he's an amazing artist. You can't take that away from him. Anyone that says he's not talented doesn't really know anything about talent, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know if you've seen like his 1 hour freestyles
I I
on
have.
Tim Westwood. That was just ridiculous. Because I know I've freestyled like, you know, my whole life and it's tough to keep going for an hour, man.
For an
It's
hour? Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, yeah, that's intense. I don't know where that comes
I
from,
mean,
but
you need like a sip of water in there or something, don't you? Like,
I don't even know if he did take a sip of water. I can't tell you one way or the other. I can't, but yeah, it's incredible. But you know, back to you. Where did the name like DJ Nitro originate from?
Um, like in high school, I was real big in the Need for Speed. So Like it was a combination of a lot of things, but it was a lot of video game influence. Like I was playing a lot of Need for Speed, and I was also playing a lot of Crash Bandicoot. And like I don't know if you guys remember in Crash Bandicoot, there was the TNT boxes, and then there was the Nitro boxes. And if you hit the Nitro boxes, you died. Like it was just explosive, you know. And, and the same token, like when you're playing, like when you're driving a car or playing a car video game, and you hit the nitrous button, and you know it speeds off. It's explosive. So that's kind of like that was my vision for myself. I just wanted to be that explosive and that. I wanted to leave that kind of impression on people. So that's where the name Nitro came from.
Yeah, I love that.
I like that. What console are you a fan of?
Now Xbox. But I loved my GameCube back in the day. I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean that was dope. But yeah, I'm an Xbox guy myself too. But.
I love how like I love the influence of video games, and I'm always going to date myself when I'm in these interviews because I'm always like older than everybody, almost always in the music scene. It feels like that sometimes, but like I'm like thinking back like the influence of like video games and how like on the date that you guys did that performance, right? We had a Vest and Tyler in there too, which is all like chiptune and video game music and stuff. And the fact that your name comes from, you know, kind of like almost like a video game kind of reference or like a memory of video games. Like, I love that. It's amazing how much, when I think about it, how much video games and hip hop like have influenced, you know, my generation, millennials. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm a millennial or honorary one at least, but most people consider me.
I'll give you that.
Like hang out with enough of them, you know. We'll give you. We'll pass it along to you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm like probably a young Gen X or whatever, but like, but I was influenced by that stuff too, you know, coming up, and all of that, and it's just interesting to me how those things have weaved in and out, and how rock and hip hop and rock and hip hop. I mean, my earliest memories of rock and hip hop was like Run DMC and Aerosmith, right? But now it's like, or I think back to like New York and like Rick Rubin and like Public Enemy and you know, the Beastie Boys, and like there was all that early stuff, but like it kind of comes in waves, I guess, of that influence. But I love hearing all this new stuff that has more of that like punk kind of alternative feel. Because to me, as somebody, you know what I mean? Like I was born in '76. I was like listening, you know, I was a wee lad when like, you know, the Message came out on the radio. I remember hearing that on the radio, like for the first time, like riding in the truck with my dad, you know, but like hearing those things come back in where like for a long time things sounded very electronic and very like very produced. They still sound produced and it's still clearly electronic, but hearing those more like organic instrumentation, and then like video game references. I think it's just a really fun time to be alive in hip hop, and living in this area for as long as I have, hearing how this area has grown and changed with hip hop. Cause I came out here in 94, and I've been here ever since, but seeing like how it's changed in this area. And I love hearing you talk about how you're listening to a lot of local stuff. And that's exactly what I find myself doing right now, is listening to a lot of local stuff. You know what I mean? I'm listening to your whole crew. I'm listening to all that stuff. Like I'm just digging it. And I feel like there's a sound here that, you know, it feels unique to me. I could be wrong, but what do you think about that? Do you feel like, you know, Washtenaw County, Ipsy Arbor, like, is that a sound, or do we have a way to go in this area?
We joke locally all the time, and we say that, you know, Ipsy Arbor is the next, you know, Hitsville, bro. And I personally feel like that is very like not far fetched, just because everybody, you know, has tons of work ethic and tons of talent. Like we're all so immersed into the culture. And like you said, like I mean, I could go on a whole rant about that, but
you're allowed to. It's your interview.
I mean, I just think like you said though, like music in general is so like dependent upon culture, like so. I feel like it all has to be intertwined, you know, to make sense.
Yeah, and like locally, from what I see, there's a lot of like lifting each other up and collaborations and people putting each other on, and I feel like that doesn't always happen. There's always this like sense of competition. Well, you know, whatever. And I'm not saying there's not competition, right? Because that's built into hip hop to some degree, right? Like we all know that. But I love the fact that people are putting each other on and encouraging each other, and like I just see that culture, and I just get pumped up about it, and it's really cool to see. You know, even at the studio, people coming in and out, and you know, oh, you're working with so and so, or you guys are collaborating, you're doing this and you're doing that. I just think it's really cool, and I agree with you. Yeah. I think it does have the potential to grow into, you know, a scene that is larger than just, you know, Southeast Michigan for sure.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I totally agree, and I think uniquely, like Ipsy Arbor artists are, you know, we have a unique like intellect about like what we do. I feel like we really often want to, you know, represent what we really feel and what we really are, you know, and we want to we have an inquisitiveness about, you know, our personalities a lot of the time. Very you know, inclusive. I feel like you know, because we all grew up around each other, you know, there's every single kind of person that you could ever think about, you know, in that area. And you know, so yeah, I really do think like artists from our area have a very unique set of traits that, you know, that a lot of other areas don't have, you know. And I think that can help us a lot. And I do see also the culture of, you know, people, like the same people being around and just lifting each other up, and like you guys reaching down into the younger generation. Same with Northern Threat, reaching down into the younger generation, learning things. Like we've all spent a decade figuring things out, figuring out what not to do, you know, and now passing that knowledge down. You know, so I really do think that we're building a really dope culture in this area. We do have a question from one of our viewers, Arlie Roderick. She says, what is your ultimate bucket list place to DJ?
Right now, probably Vegas, but like not right now.
Yeah, definitely not right now.
But like,
why Vegas? Why
because
Vegas?
The Raiders just moved to Vegas, and that's like, I'm a diehard Raiders fan, and it would be an excuse for me to go to Vegas because I don't really gamble. So
yeah, and that's the only safe way to live in Vegas. You know, the people that actually live in Vegas don't gamble at all. Like I have a friend whose brother lives in Vegas. He's like, no, like I used to live there. Like people that live there, they don't touch it, you know.
I went to Vegas once, and guess what I did?
Lose money.
I didn't gamble.
Oh no, I didn't either. I actually
don't do it. No, I don't give it.
I went to there's this place, Red Rocks National Park, not like Red Rocks the amphitheater or whatever, but Red Rocks National Park, and they have like it's like sick. It's like a mountain, but it's just like these huge like rocks. Like there's no dirt or anything like that. And we just like climbed up the side of it. It was actually really scary, and we could have died. We probably should have gone on the path. Probably don't do that, but man, we just like scaled it. It was crazy. Yeah, it was fun though. It was more fun than gambling.
If DJ Nitro and or the flight team after the pandemic are spinning in Vegas, I propose a Grove Studios team trip to Vegas. We're there, dude. That sounds like fun. And as long as nobody makes me gamble, I'm good, because I actually like Vegas. Like Vegas is cool. You can go down, like you can go to old Vegas and there's like cool little restaurants and like just cool. There's just cool. There's other cool shit to do. Or you can do the natural stuff because you can go hiking and you can go riding ATVs through the desert. Oh, video shoot idea right there.
Yeah. No,
ATVs
actually,
through the
this one
desert
dude
for flight
promised
team.
me one time. This one dude was promising me all this money, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go and do ATVs in the desert and all this," and then it never worked out. But that we actually had that idea. But
Yeah, because it's dope. You want that'd look great on camera. It'd be sweet.
Sounds dusty for electronics, but I'm still down.
That's all right. That's all right.
We'll make
that's what
we got. Some more
for.
questions. People are piping up. But another question from Arlie is: would you ever have your own DJ snacks? Like you got the rap snacks. Like if you had your own, here I'll tweak the question too. Like if you had your own DJ snacks, what flavor would it be?
Ooh.
So it has to be like potato chips, though.
It could be any snack.
It could be any kind of snack that you desire.
Because wrap snacks are just chips. You could break off, man. It could be any kind of snack, right?
I need some caramel corn.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Or like some birthday cake. I've been like obsessed. There's this birthday cake popcorn that my girl found at the grocery store. I've been obsessed. It's so good. It's like vanilla frosting and sprinkle covered popcorn, dude.
Yeah. Wait, what grocery store you guys get that at?
Probably Kroger.
That's some high ass shit, dude. Fucking ice cream popcorn.
I'm not wearing these sunglasses for nothing, bro.
Birthday cake. So that's it. That's the answer. Birthday cake, caramel corn would be DJ Nitro's birthday cake caramel corn.
Yeah, like copyright. You better copyright it, man. I'm coming for it. We got another one. DJ Nitro, what is your favorite vinyl record that you own?
Dude, I can't answer that question. That's
too
like
hard.
picking your favorite child.
Yeah. top five. You got maybe top five. That's hard too, but you could do a top five.
I'll tell you, the last one I bought was T-Pain's Epiphany, like with Bartender on it, on red vinyl. That was pretty dope. Dude, a favorite vinyl though?
That is
if I had to pick one favorite vinyl, it would probably be What Time Is It by The Time.
Nice.
That's dope. I saw The Time at Motor City Casino a few years ago. Dope show. Real dope show.
Some stuff only sounds good on vinyl. And you know what I'm saying? Like
I've been obsessed with vinyl. It's been my guilty pleasure probably for 4 years now. I probably buy at least one a month, if not more.
Yeah. Is it? Do you get like? Do you get much a nicer experience when you listen to vinyl, like compared to when you personally like listen to like in your car or something like that? Like, is it just that much better for you?
Well, I guess to put it into perspective, I'm also a sneakerhead, so like I enjoy like materialistically being able to like hold my music.
Yeah,
it adds a whole nother element to the experience for me to like watch it spin and hold the record, like the cover art in my hand, and I don't know, it's just a totally different experience on top of the better sound quality.
I'm totally with that, man. And there's something like if you get, especially like you said, I was on red vinyl. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I have tons of colored vinyl. That's
like it's like you get a color vinyl record. I got one sitting in the other room I haven't even cracked open from Midas, which is a local like classic metal band, and they was like limited release. It's like clear yellow vinyl, and I haven't even busted it out of the dust jacket yet, but it's sitting right over there on the turntable. And that's going to happen immediately after we're done with this interview, because you crack it open, you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you set it down on the thing and you get yourself a little drink, and you know what I mean? It's almost like a ritual, right? Like, and you're like, it's like you're taking this chunk of time out, because, we can all stream music, right? Anytime we want, anywhere, in our earbuds, in our car. But it's like when you do that, it's like, I got to sit down, I got to be intentional about this. And then you can look through the artwork and stuff. So I feel that, man. I love that. I think vinyl will never go anywhere. Vinyl sells more than anything now. That's the last time I checked. So and that's a question.
Yeah. And now that we can't do shows, vinyl, sorry.
No, that's okay.
It broke up a little bit. Now that we can't do shows, making vinyl and things that people buy, is for artists because streaming,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, can we expect a flight team vinyl eventually?
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to convince the squad to do that. That's definitely on my bucket list.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
You guys should do a pre-sale for that or something, man, and snap it up. I'm down for that for sure.
Yeah, I have to do some more research how to figure out how to make it work, but I'm definitely about it.
Yeah.
So we got another question. This one is probably going to be hard too. But what is your favorite local place that you've DJ'd? There's a lot of good ones. So.
My favorite local place to DJ is probably Ziggy's, just because it literally feels like family. Like, not to take Olive Garden's trademark or anything, but that's literally how I feel about it. Like, Dave and Joe treat me like family. Like, it's right down the street from my house, hypothetically. Like, it's just, I love it.
Yeah,
it's a great ambiance. All my friends are there.
Yeah, we feel the same, and it is great. It really shows that the people behind a business, oftentimes can make the business, and that is what they've done. Is they've been so welcoming to artists, and they've created a safe space for artists in this area to be themselves and not have to stress about, I got to sell 200 tickets or whatever, and so yeah, shout out to Ziggy's, man.
Yeah, I love Ziggy's too. I mean, they really do lift up the scene in so many ways, and they put on so many different genres of music and everything too, which I love. You know what I mean? There's just like something for everybody at Ziggy's, and I just think that's sweet. I mean, I've seen everything from hip hop DJs, jazz, to progressive,
oh dude,
speed metal from Chicago, just crazy stuff I've seen in that place, dude. This one band came in, the guy was playing a tenor saxophone, and it was heavy guitar and stuff, and I've never seen anything like that in my life, what I just witnessed that night. But they put everything on, and I love that about that place.
I do a monthly 734 Saturdays. It's like an open mic with Northern Thread Entertainment, and this one act that stands out in my mind, I'll never forget. This old dude came in with an accordion one day and signed up for the open mic, and it was awesome because it was so much different than everything everybody else was doing. So that was definitely awesome, and I agree with you in that same token that you can definitely find everything at Ziggy's.
And it's cool because
shout out to Northern for making a cool open mic. I think that's really dope. Saying look, we gotta open. No, it's not bad to perform at an open mic. It's dope, and we'll have a dope show afterwards. And I think for sure.
Yeah, I love the format.
Time. Yeah, and watching comedians. I've been watching a lot of comedians recently, and they'll hit open mics, they'll hit shows like every day. So being not afraid to do open mics is a dope thing, because that's how you really get good at performing, is going up there and performing, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely not easy stepping in front of a random audience. So it's good practice for sure. I can attest to that.
Yeah, I mean, putting your music in front of an audience that might not necessarily normally hear your music or, you know, enjoy what you do. I think it's like an opportunity to open people's minds too. You know what I mean? Like just putting it out there. And so I love the idea of the, you know, yeah, accordion player. Sure. Why not? Let's check that shit out. You know what I mean? Like, awesome. And that's one of the things I've always liked, you know, when I first came to, you know, the Ann Arbor area, was just the diversity of music, and people, and you get a place like Ziggy's where, you know, they just welcome that in. And I know we all miss Ziggy's right now. You know, that's an environment that you can't easily replicate in the middle of a pandemic. Right. So we got to do things a little bit differently. You know, like we did for your performance. You know, there weren't a lot of us there, but we want to make sure that people still get to see it. And so I'm glad we get to do you guys kind of almost twice, which is super fun. So I know it's online, but I'm glad, man. And I appreciate you guys coming out to do that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm sure Flight Team is too.
Yeah. I think more so, like, we're all, I mean, right now we're all excited to be involved with anything that we can do to a degree where it's like, oh yeah.
I definitely miss all my friends.
Right?
Miss all my friends.
Yeah. I was just saying to somebody the other day, I was like, you know, I'm not going many places these days, and most people I see are through a screen, but at least I still get to do that. If it was 1992, what would we do? We'd all be on the phone, like trying to put our phones up to speakers and stuff, you know?
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about like the local scene and everything. How has like living in Washtenaw affected you as a person and an artist, as a person and an artist?
I feel like the biggest influence I could give to Washtenaw County is I'm really appreciative of education. Like, I love to learn every day, even if it's like something like stupid. Like, over the past, I mean, granted, nothing that you learn is stupid because everything can make you better, but whatever, I'm not preaching. Like over the past 4 months, like, I've been on furlough, like, I've at least, you know, tried to read an article or, you know, go on YouTube and watch something new, you know, just learn new information. I don't know, like how to change my oil, even though I know how to do that, but I'm just saying, you know, like how to break down a gun, or like, I don't know, just learn anything, how to start a fire with nothing, you know, I don't know. I just like to learn new stuff.
Can you start a fire with nothing?
Well, no, I don't think so.
I think you need like you need like a couple of sticks or something to rub together.
Yeah.
It's almost nothing though. You can find that in nature, right?
That'd be dope.
I like that, man. I like that sentiment. I'm like that too, and I do appreciate that about the area. You know, I mean, we do live. There's like there's like 4 or 5 colleges around here, and there is a
shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out. There's a lot of, you know what I mean. There's a lot of people that seem to be on that path of, like, you know, not necessarily that you have to go to college to learn, but the idea of learning, right? Yeah. Learning new tricks in your trade, learning new stuff. Like, I don't know, the world is kind of a book in my mind, you know, and I went to college, but that didn't necessarily make me smarter. It helped me think differently, but I learn stuff all the time. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a cool thing. I don't always think about it that way, but that's a good point. As far as like just living in this area and not having grown up here, like, you know, like you guys did. So I'm a little bit of an outsider in that way, even though it's been 25 years I've been here. I feel like I get to kind of claim it as home now. You know, I've been here long enough, but
we'll give that one to you too, Rick. We'll give.
Oh man, I get to be honorary millennial and a permanent resident of Ypsi Harbor in all in one show.
Life's
I'm blown
good.
away, guys.
Washtenaw County.
Washtenaw County. That's a first.
Well, speaking about lighting fires and burning things, cannabis is a big part of like your your brand and Flight Team's brand. How has cannabis affected you and your life and music? How has what are the things that it's done for you?
It's definitely helped me like therapeutically. I don't necessarily have any like physical ailments, but like mentally it keeps me straight. I was diagnosed with ADHD and
me too, man. Me
all
too.
that good stuff as a kid, and like cannabis like helped me get away from all those pharmaceutical drugs. Like I had prescriptions for benzos and Adderall and all that stuff as a kid growing up, and like I just gradually like started self-medicating. And like, I mean, granted, I didn't always have all of my family support, but
I don't think no one.
It's definitely something that helped me, I feel, in the long run.
I think that's a great point though too, like there are a lot of us that struggle with attention, whether you're diagnosed or not, right? And the idea of self-medicating, I mean, people self-medicate with all kinds of stuff: food, alcohol, internet porn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's all kinds of things. And so when I think about all the things that people self-medicate and I compare that to cannabis, there is, you know what I mean? Like, what is the worst that can happen to somebody that's self-medicated with cannabis? They're going to stay home and watch a movie and eat a bunch of caramel,
birthday cake flavored
birthday cake caramel corn, DJ Nitro snacks. I mean, so it's like, it used to be called the gateway drug, right? Like that's the
devil's
they
lettuce.
Painted. The war against drugs, they painted that picture. It's the gateway drug. One minute you're smoking, weed, and the next minute you're shooting heroin. And everybody knows that is bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the crazy thing is, I mean, a lot of people, a lot of addicts can't touch anything and they have to stay sober.
But that is a different issue.
But the thing is too, though, for people with addictive tendencies, like people that could get addicted to heroin, like myself, I have addictive tendencies. I could get addicted to heroin if I started doing it every day. I'd for sure get addicted, and I think, but have like weed allows people with addictive tendencies to have something that makes them feel good and makes them like chills them out, takes away some physical pain and stuff, and doesn't like destroy their body or their life or like their mind, So it's dope. And that's why I think, it's like demonized. It's been demonized. Self-medicating has been like demonized by the system, and they act like it's such a bad thing to self-medicate, while they're prescribing you all these pills,
And the fact remains that most people, I believe, do have some kind of addictive person. We talk about addictive personalities. We know that there are things that people can go down paths of being addicted to real substances, right? That can destroy lives and all of that stuff. But binge watching TV for, 6 hours a night, that can create problems in someone's life too. Now, it's not going to create necessarily physical problems or whatever, but like, but I think it's important to note that like, I'm glad that it's finally to the point where it's become more accepted, because I do think it helps people for all kinds of things, right? I love that, and what I like even more is that people are just more open to talk about it and not afraid to be like, oh, that's taboo or whatever. And in fact, they just opened up a new new dispensary in Ipsy, a recreational dispensary.
Yeah.
I saw that. Oz
I think it's
is
called Oz. Yeah. So, I think that's a positive development. I mean, look, how many more bars do we need? I mean,
0.
How many more liquor stores? How many more liquor stores on every corner that we need? Those have been destroying lives for, it's not the same thing. So, and alcohol is, within moderation is fine. Right. Just like
same with weed. Like, I mean, you can't unless you're rich, you can't just smoke weed all day, every day,
Nope.
I mean, and you can't do it unless you're a rapper and you're just like, and then you can do it. So that's why I want to be a
rapper. Maybe.
But we've gotten down to the bottom of why I do rap. But, but
he almost got out the car on that one.
But it is nice because it also, like, while it is self-medicating, it teaches you self-control too, because you can't just do it all the time. You will start fucking your shit up if you just only smoke weed and don't pay attention to your things that you have to do. And it kind of actually teaches you self-control because, like, if you do it all the time, you actually stop feeling it. Like, you don't even, like, it doesn't even really affect you. So it's like, so it kind of teaches you that self-control without killing you, which is kind of nice.
I try to practice self-control.
It's really hard,
Well,
but whatever. I mean, it's naturally, we're supposed to just be able to grow it outside and have, like, so much that we don't have to practice self-control, but whatever, we'll be at that point eventually. But besides cannabis, like, music and DJing have been a huge part of your life. What has doing those things really brought to your life positively?
It's made me, it's how I've made my network. Like, all of my friendships and all, everything I value important to me comes from, like, my friends and my family. So I feel like music and the cannabis, my cannabis community and everything else, that comes with, the culture of music and, Washtenaw County is really, it all is intertwined for me.
Yeah. You built your network. You found a lot of like-minded individuals through that. No, that's dope. And I mean, you're an inspirational dude, man. You've run, like, a successful DJ business for a long time. You DJ weddings, you DJ a whole bunch of different, like, what do you do? Will you basically DJ anything that someone wants some music for?
Yeah, man. I'll DJ a funeral.
Oh, that's dope, because you know what? I keep telling people when I kick the bucket, it's party
DJ
time.
Nitro, baby.
I'll tell you what, man, if I kick the bucket and you're still DJing,
dude,
write it in there.
Up, Rick. I'll set it up. Don't you worry.
I set myself up for that.
We'll make it happen. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you got my back.
You just got to leave some money in the will to take care of his guarantee.
Oh, don't worry. I already got that.
Oh, yeah. But what are some key things that you've learned about, like, running a DJ business along the way?
Honestly, for me, like, DJing events, like, I mean, outside of, like, bars and, just, like, hip hop shows, like, when you DJ somebody's wedding or, like, somebody's birthday, like, it's a memory they're gonna, like, have for the rest of their life. Sometimes it's a really important memory. So, like, it's made me appreciate, like, really, like, catering to my customers, because, like for a wedding, for example, like, you want to make sure that the bride is happy with her playlist. Like, I don't want to play nothing. I don't want to play not a single second worth of song that she doesn't want to hear, because that's her day. And she paid a ton of money, not only for me to be here, but for everybody to be eating and her to be in that dress. Like, you know, so music, it not only sets moods, but like, you know, it's an ambiance. Like I have to set an ambiance. So it's really, I feel like my job is important.
Mm-hmm. It is
for
sure.
Important. Yeah.
And I've seen you, I've witnessed you DJ like a wedding reception, and you did a great job, man. It was dope. It was chill.
The question is, if the chicken dance is requested, would you play it? Has it ever been requested?
Oh yeah, the chicken dance has been requested, but I guess I would say situationally, it depends. Like, if the person who paid me told me to play the chicken dance, I'll play the chicken dance 4 times.
I think we just got the Max Headroom version to the answer to that question. I don't know. I missed that. I think we got to break up on the digital side of things.
Yeah. Are you there?
DJ Nitro is frozen in time. Man, we were doing so well. I can't tell if it's still streaming. I mean, it is still streaming. I don't know if it's streaming like that.
Yeah.
But he's frozen.
Streaming. He's frozen. My internet is messing up.
Everybody in the world is on the internet right now. But he is truly frozen.
But thank you guys. Thank everyone that's tuned in right now. You know, thank you guys for watching. You know, you guys are dope. We've got some people that have been sticking around with us the whole time. Yeah, it's great. It's great that you're here with us. So, Rick, do you want to talk a little bit about like the podcast studio and the courtyard?
Yeah. Appreciate that, Max. So yeah, just to let everybody know, Grove Studios, we've got some really cool things going on. Hopefully DJ Nitro is going to hop back in here. It looks like he was having some technical difficulties, but if he pops back in, we'll kind of finish up the interview. In the meantime, just wanted to let you know that over at the studio, we've got some pretty cool things going on for the rest of July and from here on out. Podcast studio is open for the rest of the month. We're going to be doing free, all totally free. If you want to start a podcast, you want to try a podcast out for the first time, you've been thinking about podcasting, don't know where to start, the podcast studio is super easy to use. We've got amazing Rode microphones and a Rodecaster Pro digital mixer interface that's ridiculously easy to use. You actually don't even need a laptop to be able to podcast in the podcast room. You just need a micro SD card. Obviously, you'll need an SD card reader at home with your computer to pull the audio off of that. But it sounds amazing. We've done some podcasts out of there. If you want to do a super professional podcast, the podcast studio is really cool. We've got a lot of people that have taken advantage of the free offer this month. And so I'm just excited for people to be starting podcasts right now. And we also, DJ Nitro's back. He's not frozen in time.
I don't know what happened. I apologize.
That's all right. It's technology. It happens. You know what's great is everybody hung with us. They knew you were coming back.
Nice. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
No worries. It happens. What the hell were we talking about though?
Well, you know, we just had talked about, you know, your DJ career and DJ business, but you know, for the youngins that are thinking about getting started DJing or maybe just got started a couple years in, do you have any advice for someone that is just getting started that might not have their, full
Get a
teeth sunk
grasp.
in.
Get a grasp on music theory. I feel like music theory is really important to DJing, even on the surface level. Understand, beat structure, beats per minute, bar structure, you know, keys, notes, all that stuff is important with beat matching, and just
I think that's such a good point, dude. I can't tell you, like, growing up, how many people are like, oh, DJing is, it's whatever. It's not, it's easy. Or, like there's a perception from a non-musician standpoint that that's not part of the game, but you got to know. Yeah, that's huge, man. I totally agree with that. That's really good advice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta match the songs up together, right? Or else it won't sound smooth.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can play music, but like it takes a real DJ to like find two songs that fit together for whatever reason it is that you found to put those two songs together, whether they meet, same BPM, whether, the song ends with one word and the other song with starts with another, the same word. Like it's just
That's
however you
cool.
can, like it's important to have a music library, but it's also important to know theory.
Do you do that
Love it.
a lot where one song ends with one word and then
Not a
the
lot, but it's definitely a trick I have in my arsenal.
yeah, I like
A
that.
lot of people don't ever notice it though. I feel like you have to really be like a musician or like an artist, like pick up on that kind of thing.
Yeah, but it changes. But that's the thing, though, right? Like even if the audience doesn't consciously recognize that stuff's happening, it is happening, and I think that's part of what makes your sets so compelling to me, right? Like I'm not an electronic musician. I'm not a rapper. I I play guitar in bands. That's what I've been doing for 25 years, right? But I appreciate that level of detail. And so when I hear DJs doing stuff like that, because I am a musician, I notice shit like that. I notice the BPM thing. I notice when you're lining stuff up. And like that's what makes it exciting for me. And I think people that don't have the music background, that's what makes it exciting for them. They just don't know that's why. It just feels good because there's flow. There's a synchronicity to it all. I guess that's what I'm thinking. Oh, we lost him again. But you know what I'm saying, Max? Like
Yeah.
I think that's the thing, right? Like I just know growing up, even like my parents' generation talked about, oh well, that's it's just computers, that are doing the job, and it's like no, no,
Mhm.
no. You have to understand. You have to and sure, there are DJs that just play the music, but to get
Yeah.
to that level, you've got to understand some theory, even just the basics or keys, time signatures, key structure, all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Makes you.
music
It's going to make you better
theory.
at it.
Yeah. I mean, I have like a basic understanding of music theory. I've taken like music theory class, and it never like I just wish it could stick like so much easier than I just need to do some real studying. But knowing like the basics and the keys and the different scales and yeah, the beat PMs and beat matching and stuff is so important. And there definitely are DJs, I'm sure, that like just create a whole set and just go up there and press a button, and press play, and that's all they do. But that's not really showing the skill of a DJ. But even then, like you're still curating a mix, putting it together, mixing these songs that don't normally go together, making them sound good together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I loved it. Another thing that we could talk about is the courtyard being open.
That's right.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So, what we realized, obviously, is that there's a lot of folks that still just don't feel comfortable from a rehearsal standpoint with people singing and being in the same room and whatnot in terms of rehearsing music or writing music. And so we, figured it was summertime. The weather's nice. We went ahead and opened up our courtyard at Grove Studios over on 884 Railroad Street. Now live on our website on the book space page, grovestudios.space. You can actually rent the courtyard out for rehearsal. It's $10 an hour. You can book online. You'll get a code to the back door. We'll have extension cords waiting for you there, so you can run the extension cords and power out of the back foyer and onto the stage. We have a stage in the courtyard, and you can rehearse. We'll also give you a code to the front door so that you can access the bathrooms as you need as you rehearse. So that's live right now, and we thought it was a unique idea, and we've already had some people renting it out. So we just want to help.
People have to bring their own like PA, right? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, it's bare bones. So if you do need a PA, that's something you'd have to get in contact with us for, and it'd be just an additional charge. But all you really need is a single PA speaker for your vocalist, and keep the stage volume down. You can have a nice rehearsal outdoors, socially distanced, and it's $10 an hour. So
but they can, if they want to hit us up and like use a PA, they can pay a little bit more.
Yeah,
that's sweet. That's dope. All right, cool.
Yep.
What up, Nitro?
Back.
I'm sorry, dude. My computer died that time, so now I'm on the phone.
That's all right, man. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, it looks good with your haircut, man. It's like the same dimensions. But
Right,
so what is coming for you? Like, is anything coming up for you in the near future?
I finally get to go back to work next week, but that's unrelated to music.
Where do you work at?
I work at Leon Speakers, so I guess it's not unrelated to music. So
that's actually crazy. We're talking to Leon Speakers.
Shout out to Leon Speakers. Very cool, very cool company.
I've been there for 5 years. I love it. It's
cool. Seems like a great company to work for. Yeah, I know several people that work there. Jamie Register, Mary Frazier. Let's see. Maya's last name is escaping me. It'll come to me. Anyway, awesome company. Make like super high end speakers,
custom audio,
custom
audio
bars
stuff for TVs.
Yeah, beautiful.
Sound bars for TVs and subwoofers. And
what do you do? Like, what's your role?
I started out doing sound testing on the assembly line. Now I do like more like inventory, material handling. Like I do shipping and receiving, drive a high-low, and all that fun stuff.
That's cool. It's a really music-oriented company too. That's what struck me about their whole thing, is that their whole business seems to just be inspired by music, and I love that. I guess you'd have to be if you make speakers. You would hope, right? Speakers and amplifiers, audio. But you don't get that same sense. I know a lot of the audio companies came from that lineage of like being inspired by that, but I don't get the same, vibe. I mean, they're a smaller company. Obviously, they're not Kenwood or Pioneer or whatever, but it's a different thing too. So that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's a small company, so it's like a family feel, So that's a good thing about Leon, is it's like, once again with this Olive Garden thing.
Hey, it's all about the people. It's all about relationships. I mean, I feel the same way about working at Grove. It's like it's more of a family feel, and we just love everyone that we work with so much. So that's really dope.
Makes work a lot more pleasant when you work with people, that have that like mind, and we all appreciate music, obviously. So there's that.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to going back to work?
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had a great time being at home with my kids and my family for the last 4 months, but I'm just ready for some routine.
Oh
I
yeah.
miss the routine.
Yeah, man.
No doubt. No doubt.
It's hard living without a routine.
Yeah, and
But
it's
to be more
what have you
specific,
been doing to like take up your time and stuff, you know, in these past 4 months?
I picked up some video games. I usually don't play much video games, but I picked up video games over the past couple months. Me and my 5-year-old, we've been playing video games. That's been pretty cool. I've been getting him on the sticks.
Nice.
That's
Creating
awesome.
a long love, hopefully, with him for that. Outside of that, we went camping a couple weeks back.
Oh, that's sick.
Out on the west side of the state. That was my kid's first time going camping, so that was awesome. We got
Where'd you
rained
guys
out the
go?
first night. Fort Custer. It's like right outside of Battle Creek.
Nice. Yeah.
It was
I was
cool
on the
little
west
state park.
side. Yeah, that's dope. I went to Silver Lake Sand Dunes over there on the west side. I don't know if you've ever been there.
I know.
But
I've never been, but I've seen your pictures. It looks super fun.
dude, it's dope. It was only like 3 hours away, so like an easy trip. And I had never been there, and it was a great time. You know, it's like the only place this side of the Mississippi, they say that you can like take ATVs and stuff on the dunes and actually ride on the dunes and shit.
Yeah, facts, because most of those dunes are protected. So
okay.
Yeah, it's that's definitely a unique. I've never been up there myself, but I'm aware of it. Yeah, you like that's it, dude. The video. You know what we were talking about earlier. The ATV video is only 3 hours away. You don't even have to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I should have. The thing is like I should have like done some video shoot. I was having too much fun though. Like I
leave it to the Gen Xer.
I didn't even want to stop and like take pics or like take any video because I was just having so much fun. But yeah, it would be awesome to go out there and shoot like some music video scenes and stuff. But I was that's what I found is I find if you focus on the experience you're having instead of focusing on like your phone, it's a much fuller experience.
For sure. You have to make a separate trip for that, right? Like you got to go there to have the experience, and then you got to go back if you want to do it for work, you know.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, you got to go. I mean, we live in Michigan, and it's summertime, and if we can get out there, you got to get out there because it's literally one of the best seasons in Michigan, man. You got to go somewhere, hit a lake, hit a beach, run through the forest, whatever it takes. Especially right now.
Someone that has gone camping like a lot in your life, or is that like a newer thing?
I was a Boy Scout, so I went camping tons. I should be an Eagle Scout, but I didn't do my final project, so I'm like the step under Eagle Scout.
That was the ADD kicking in right there, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I've definitely done tons of camping, backpacking, all that, even winter camping. I remember one time I went camping in Canada and it was like almost 2 feet of snow and we were backpacking like almost 10 miles.
What the fuck? How do you stay warm in that type of situation?
Fire.
Lots of fire. And birthday cake caramel corn.
Hey man, if you know that you can camp in the snow, man, that's some like survival shit, man, you know, like that's
I mean,
survive.
I've progressed. I'm a little older now. I don't know if I could do it. I guess I would try though.
I need an RV, please.
Yeah. I just got this new truck. I'll tow it.
Yeah. I could do it with the right sleeping bag. It's all about gear sometimes too. You need the gear.
Yeah. That's sweet though. I've always wanted to go backpacking. Like I've gone camping a lot of times, but I've never like really gone backpacking and like immersed myself in some nature. You know, what is that experience like of backpacking, actually carrying all your stuff? Like, do you enjoy that, or would you rather just do like car camping?
I guess now in my old age, I would definitely rather just do car camping, but I definitely learned a lot from backpacking, and like, you know, just about myself, you know, like about like, you know, being minimalist and, you know, only bringing what you need for, you know, any situation, and like how to survive with bare minimum kind of, you know, like, but it was cool. It was eye opening in that sense, but I don't know if I would want to do it.
Harder.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good lesson to learn. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, there's something to a minimalist way of approaching things. And I think, because like you, I wasn't a scout or anything like that, but I did grow up, like my parents were kind of into this rustic kind of camping. We lived in Colorado, and they'd just
cool.
drive into the mountains, and we just be no campground or nothing. We'd just be out somewhere. My mom's digging a hole for the shitter and all this stuff. Like that was their thing. My dad's stand there with the gun, you know, because there's bears and shit out there.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I kind of grew up with that kind of stuff. But it does teach you this minimalist kind of thinking. And it's like, if I can only have these things, these are the things I need. And it does kind of inform your thinking in that way. Like, you know, even though you don't really want to do that anymore, if you had to do it, you probably could, right? You could figure that shit out and be like, okay, well, this is what we need, and these are all the tools that we need, and this is the stuff. You know, I could set up a kitchen, I could set up a bathroom, I could, you know what I mean, like do what I need to do. That's a cool experience. You know, not everybody gets to have that experience, and I'm grateful for that too.
Now
for me, like,
dad.
Yeah, that's dope. And like, I find for myself, like when I to go camping and just like strip myself down to the basic needs, and like just taking care of, like, okay, how am I going to eat? How am I going to light this fire, pitch this tent? You know, it just gives you this sense of peace, because you're like, you got something to focus on, and everything else is stripped away, kind of brings you back to like the natural, you know, way that humans used to have to live. You know, so it's dope. I really like it. It just gives me like such calmness of mind for some reason.
Yeah, that's a good point, dude. Like it is that reminder of like those basic needs that human beings have, right? And then you come back to electronic land, and you're like, oh well,
exactly.
I kind of like this stuff.
And then you come home and you're like, oh my God, I don't remember my bed feeling this good when I left.
Yeah, bed is even more comfortable when you get there. Dude, it's so funny when you were talking about backpacking and stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is like kind of a tangent, but there's this dude running around England. Like, I don't know if he's in London or whatever. And he's got a mixer. I don't know. It's like, he's got a mixer and a couple of like CDJs almost like strapped to the front of him. And he's got a camera mounted on the front of it. He's got a battery pack or something and a microphone, and he's like literally walking around the streets of England playing music and like streaming it live. Have you guys seen this?
No, but that's
dude. I'm gonna have to say, he keeps popping up in my feed. I mean, probably because I've been like looking at DJs and like hip hop artists and stuff, but like he's just walking around like DJing from like you can see it's like a weird like fisheye lens from the front of it, and it's like almost like he's backpacking around like the city in the UK, like, and he's like streaming music. I don't know, that was totally random. I was like, backpacking DJ.
I gotta look it up.
I'm bringing it back. See,
that's putting real emphasis on the terms mobile DJ.
Big time, dude, for sure. Oh man, I love it. So I think Max was trying to get at like what's coming up next. I know next week we're gonna have the flight team out. I think it's Wednesday or Friday. I have to look at the calendar. I think it's Friday.
It's scheduled Friday for right
that
now.
is one thing that's next. We got flight team with DJ Nitro for Grove Sessions next week. We'll be posting more about that. Beyond that, you've hinted at interested in a flight team vinyl record, maybe an album coming out. Anything else? I mean, a lot of shit's uncertain right now. We don't know if we're going to be locked down in 2 weeks or what.
Right.
But
I have a
what's certain right now? What's going on with DJ Nitro and Flight Team? Is there anything you can confirm?
I have a confirmed show for I don't I mean I feel terrible by not knowing this date off the top of my head, but I believe it's also next Friday after the interview. I'm gonna be at the Blind Pig at the Melting Pot with Northern Dread Entertainment performing on the roof.
That's gonna be sick.
The audience will be in the alley. It'll be a good time. Bring your mask. Stay 6 feet away. You know, all the good stuff. Protect yourself. Wash your hands. Bring some sanitizer.
Yep.
But it should be a good time, though.
And it can be done, man. You know what I mean? Like if people just, be cool about it and do those things, we can still have fun and be safe and, protect each other and do all that. And still, we got to have a little bit of fun because before too long, it's going to be cold and nobody's going to be doing anything.
Yeah.
So,
and I hate how people sometimes like have an all or nothing kind of view about like being safe and social distancing and stuff. It's not like the two options aren't either staying in your house or like coughing in someone's face. Like you can still go out your distance and, and not spread your germs. It's all about just being smart and safe with what you're doing, and all you can control is yourself, so.
Yeah, just generally being considerate, right? I mean, I tend to just stand a little farther away from people. I know it feels weird to all of us to be like, because normally we'd be like, slapping hands and high fives and giving each other hugs and stuff. And I think everybody understands that's not what we should do right now. Doesn't mean I don't love you any less, man. It's just like I'm here. We're here. We get to be here in this place together, and we still give me the elbow. And we could be outside and feel comfortable and still enjoy some of the finer things in life, which includes music from DJ Nitro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, outside of that show, Flight Team, we've been working on the Smoke Lounge monthly thing. I can't really give out too many details yet.
That's cool. Is that like
hopefully
is that something where like you can go and medicate and stuff?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, but we're still working out the kinks on that one, so I can't really give too many details, but that's my little teaser.
Yeah. We need something like that. We really need like safe spaces to be able to enjoy cannabis and enjoy music, live music at the same time.
For sure.
That shit doesn't exist,
Yeah, absolutely.
But in the meantime, one thing that I can't say is for certain is I've got Flight Team merchandise and DJ Nitro merchandise for sale. It can even be customized. So
awesome. And
yeah,
where can one get this merchandise you speak of?
Hit up any member of Flight Team or myself.
Awesome.
We can make it happen. It's all custom, so we don't necessarily. I mean, we have like previous stuff that we did, but there's no one right answer.
Love it. I think that's a great idea. I'm gonna have to hit you up a little bit later for that. I love it, man. It's been super cool doing this thing. I can't wait. Actually, can't wait to go back and listen to the set again because that set was fire, man. That was a lot of fun.
I appreciate you guys having me and sticking through my technical difficulties.
It's all worth it, man. It's all worth it. We didn't lose too many people. They stuck. They knew you were going to come back. So, somebody, let's see. Marcus McKinney said, "Hey, come down to Washington Street after." He's DJing. There's going to be Washington Street. If for anybody that's watching still, Washington Street, downtown Ypsi. There's several restaurants that have their tables out in the street. Washington Street's now closed off. They got a stage there, and they're going to be doing some socially distanced kind of DJ performances, and other musicians that are going to be playing down on Washington Street. So we'll look forward to that. that's going to be cool. Maybe we'll see a DJ Nitro set there before the end of the summer. And
yeah, maybe
hit up Ziggy's and David Jeffries. I know those guys are all working on it down there. Bobcat Bonnie's, Ipsy Ale House. They're all working on, providing some more summer fun for people and trying to make it safe for everybody. So good stuff, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, man. It was dope talking to you.
Yeah, very much so.
I'll see you guys next week at the latest.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. Again, everybody
will be there next week.
That's right. Friday, Flight Team, DJ Nitro. We're gonna be doing another Grove Sessions, another awesome performance. Hope you guys will look forward to that. In the meantime, everybody stay safe out there. Max Price, head of social and marketing for Grove Studios. Thanks for being here, brother. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody next time. Have a great weekend. Peace.